Okay, geometers, here's another one of our slightly more challenging problems. This one's kind of algebraic and also not the most direct use of any of our formulas, which is kind of the goal, to make you think a little bit. So first of all, go ahead and write it down. Go ahead and try it, see what you can do with it. I will pause, and I'll let you know when to pause, rather, and come back and give you some hints. So pause now. All right, here I am back to give you some hints. First off, if we're looking for the measure of angle EBC, we know that it is an angle that has its vertex outside the circle. And when we're dealing with an angle that has its vertex outside the circle, the rule is that the angle is 1/2 the difference between the two arcs, where the two arcs are the two arcs intercepted by that angle, excuse me, one being closer to the vertex of the angle, and the other one, let's see what I can come up with color-wise here, and throw things on the floor, being the farther away one. And we always do farther away one minus closer one because we're trying to keep a positive number. We want bigger minus smaller gives a positive number because we want a positive angle degree. So that's what we're looking for here. And we have an expression that stands for DC. And we have an expression that stands for EC. I'm going to go ahead and distribute as I write it. And we need to find out what this angle is. It would be nice if we had an expression for it. So that's the next thing I would try to do, is figure out an expression for that angle in terms of x. You don't want to add any variables. So see if you could find an expression for angle EBC in terms of x. I'm pausing. Okay, now I kind of got tricky with this. I gave you this angle over here, I gave an expression for it, and these two form a linear pair. So if I subtract this from 180, I should be able to get this. But if this side is 180 minus 5x, then this must be just 5x, because the two of them have to add up to 180. So if this one of them is 180 minus something, the other one has to be the something. If you didn't think about that, that's fine. You could still get it by doing 180 minus 180 minus 5x. Just make sure that you don't forget to distribute this minus sign to both of the things inside the parentheses there. So that's 180 minus 180 plus 5x. So my expression for this angle is 5x degrees. So now I can just plug into this standard form equation for angles that have their vertex outside this circle. So my angle is represented by 5x equals 1/2, and I didn't give myself very much room here, outer arc minus inner arc. And again, you have to distribute a minus in front of parentheses. So this is 5x equals 1/2 12x plus 38 minus 3x minus 27. You have to distribute that minus. I would multiply both sides by 2, and that gets rid of the 1/2 over here and doubles this side. And then 12 minus 3x gives me 9x. 38 minus 27 gives me 11. Subtract 9x from both sides, and we have x equals 11. Now, is that the final answer? No, because we weren't asked what x equals. We were asked to find the measure of this angle. But the measure of this angle is just 5 times x. So it's 5 times 11. So that is my answer.